What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and let's get straight into things. So today we're going to start on dollar as per usual, and we are expecting, well, I am expecting another down close week. So that means ideally I want to see the high of the week get made on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'd like to think that the rest of the week can expand lower and start moving towards our south side liquidity targets. Now we do have quite a lot of news this week. I think we have high impact news on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So I am expecting a lot of volatility, and we'll probably see a lot of movement straight off the bat from Monday. Looking at how weak we are in price and the way we gapped between Monday and oh, this is the weekly. Okay. Looking at how we gapped last week, so we'll probably see not much upwards price action and a lot more expansion. But nonetheless, on the weekly, this is my drawn liquidity down here. I'm not expecting price to necessarily trade down to that this week. However, that is my drawn liquidity. So in terms of directional bias, that's where I want to see price start to trade down towards. Also, last week, as we traded through this low, that then validated this up close candle as a bearish order block. So that means now we can treat it as such, which means paying close attention to the midpoint of it. So let's just get the 50% level delineated, and then this is going to be the very highest I want to see price trade this week. Any higher than that and I will be very suspicious and probably not trade, because it's not supportive of a bearish bias. Because if we're bearish, price should be able to respect the 50% level of an order block, especially on a weekly time frame. So let's get that delineated, and I'm going to write weekly bearish order block mean threshold, like so. And then now we have a premium as to where we want to see price trade, and then the discount. Our closer, more like low-hanging fruit for a target on price is definitely this low from last week. So I'll be paying close attention to that. And then we can see there's also a nice gap up here that price may want to try and fill. Now I doubt, well, no. Yeah, looking at price action on the low time frames, and we'll talk about it more when we get there, I don't really want to see price spend much time up there in general. We're probably going to stay in a little bit of a consolidation moving Monday through Tuesday, but then Wednesday I'd want to see movement. Like I want to see displacement, because it's getting very messy, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you can see how fickle price is being, not the cleanest price action whatsoever. Like I said, it would be nice if we can try and come up and fill that imbalance. That will make a nice high for the week, but generally speaking, I'm looking for movement and continued movement to the downside. Now, in terms of Monday itself, with Mondays, obviously you never know where we're going to open and all of that. So that's why I never trade Mondays, generally speaking, or tend to think too much on it. So generally speaking, I'm just going to let Monday trade. We will drop down to the 4 hour, but at least now we can navigate the charts with some expectation of, okay, this is the highest we want to see price trade. And then any higher, then we know that we're probably on the wrong side of the market. And then this is our drawn liquidity, so that we can start thinking about hunting for shorts, etc. So we will quickly look at the 1 hour. Again, very ugly price action at this. Like I said, I do want to see rallying early in the week, especially above these highs right here. Let's get that marked out like so. There's some beautiful buy side liquidity above here. This high, and this high are all relatively equal. So it'll be nice to see if price can run that and then potentially turn around and start heading for the south side target that we had. So that's how I'm looking at this week. Let's head on to GBP USD. We will start on the weekly here as well. Now, we had a beautiful up close week last week, and I'd like to think that we can get another one moving into the new week. Now, what I have my eyes on is this imbalance right here. This is my drawn liquidity for pounds, so it'll be nice to see if price can try and trade up in towards that. And then you can see we now have a bullish order block right here. Now, this wick of the bullish order block should be very sensitive. It should be able to provide, this should act bullishly for price if we were to trade down into that. This will be where I'd want to see the low of the week get made if we are to make one. Well, obviously we're going to make one, but I mean, like, this is going to be where I want to see the low get made. If we drop any lower than the open of this bullish order block, I won't be happy at all. Just because we want to see that continued, respect of bullish PD arrays, and a weekly bullish order block should definitely be one, because it'll be very sensitive. And then if we drop down to the daily, you'll see that this swing high right here is also a breaker high, which just happens to be inside of that range. So this is what I'm paying a lot of my attention to moving into this week, this breaker high, because again, if once we make that discount, I'm looking for that to get traded to and us to react quite nicely away from it. So let's get that marked out as a daily breaker high. And then technically between this close and this low, this is what we call an implied fair value gap. But as we drop down to the low time frames, we should be able to find a normal one. So let's go to the 4 hour, and there's a fair value gap here. But yeah, once we start getting down into those discounts, I'll talk more on it. However, I don't want to see price spend much time down here is what I'm saying. I'm happy for this low to get taken. I can imagine there'll be some beautiful stops below there. But as soon as we get around here, I want to see us get in and then get out and start running higher towards our premium targets. Now, don't get me wrong. We might find that Monday does rally, and that's fine. That's why I don't trade Mondays. I'm allowing Monday to trade on higher, but I will be waiting for price to pull back and create some kind of discount within this range that we can potentially look for long setups, assuming it continues to respect the range completely. As soon as it drops any lower than that, it's a whole different story, and we'll have to reanalyze. Here's the 1 hour, not really much here. Lines up nicely with this bullish order block. However, we'll talk more on this probably after Monday's traded. And again, looking at price action right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Monday did want to run this high first, you know, create some kind of premium, and then come down Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday, and offer us the setups that we're looking for to reaccumulate. So that's everything on GBP USD. We are going to finish up on Euro USD. Now, if this video is lagging, apologies. I am looking to fix it. It shouldn't be lagging, but I understand it has been recently. Nonetheless, I'm looking for us to start rallying up in towards this high up here, and this is a rejection block level in general. So let's just mark out this as an entire rejection block, and I want to see price trade up into that. We're looking for another up close week, and you can see we've closed above this long wick. So you guessed it, I'm looking at the 50% level and 25% level to be providing support. Now, why these levels? Because 50% level is what we call consequent encroachment, so price should be able to respect that if we're to remain bullish. And then 25% level just because it'll give us a nice range to work within that we can drop to lower time frames and try and identify a PD array that price may want to draw to first before we see most of the expansion. Like I said, Monday may rally, and that's completely fine, but I will be waiting. I'll be actively waiting for some kind of discount. And as you can see, a bullish order block just happens to be in there. So that's what I've got my eyes set on. Now, there's a lot of back and forth movement here. So after all the consolidations we had, so it's not the cleanest of price action, and in terms of probability, it just lowers it just because, look at it, you know, this isn't clean. It's really difficult to read. I'm struggling to read it, and not until, you know, I want to see clean movement like this, before I start thinking about price too much, because yeah, we're waiting for that displacement for me then to, you know, look at price a lot more clearly. But we'll drop to the 1 hour nonetheless. Not really much here. I do like the look of these lows, so again, I am looking for that discount. But once we get down to here, I'll be paying very close attention to see, okay, is it in line with our bias, and are we going to get a nice reaction to the upside, which is what we're looking for. Now, we have high impact news on Monday, so we'll probably see a lot of movement. Again, just like I said on pound, I wouldn't be surprised if Euro wanted to run these buy stops above here first. So we might see Monday continues trade on higher, and then maybe Tuesday create some kind of high, and then we'll come back down. So let's say Monday does close higher and we are trading on higher. I'll be moving into Tuesday and Wednesday looking for more shorting opportunities. However, I'll talk more on that later this week. So that's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash like, drop a comment, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All the links are in the description, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.